Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Rani Amira binti Rahiman from Group 2. So my part is I will explain introduction and three-level strategy. But before that, our group assignment, I choose company Dofi Donut and Coffee Cafe. So I will start with company information. Dofi Donut is a cafe that serving factionary and coffee drink in Kuantan Pahang. Have a lot of variety of donut that they are serving for customer. So Dofi Donut is a small enterprise. They operate in Kuantan Pahang since January 2019. The name of Dofi Donut is company that erupted spontaneous due to emphasis with local Malay language. So this the one cafe that established to give priority to fresh graduated to get the employment. The most important thing is Dofi Donut is a one Muslim product for serving cafe of donut. The three-level strategy, which is corporate strategy, business strategy, and functional strategy. Corporate level strategy means define the business area in which your firm will operate. It involves integrating and managing the diverse business and realizing synergy at the corporate level. So the top management team is responsible. Have a four element of corporate level strategy, which is reach competitive contact, managing activity and business interrelationship, management practice. The three type of corporate level strategy is value creation strategy, value neutral strategy, value reducing strategy. So what business are we in or we should be in? A key idea behind this valuable creating strategy is diversification. Diversification is play role in shaping the company corporate level strategy. So in this company, what should be in for Dofi Donut is diversification, because Dofi Donut and Coffee Cafe must create a new flavor, which is to get achieve the highest standard of quality for customer needed at the same time. Second, business level strategy. The meaning of this is involve defining the competitive position of strategic business unit. Is decided upon by the head of strategic business unit and their team. So they have a four generic strategy is cost leadership, differentiation, focus low cost, focus differentiation. So how should we compete in given business or industry? The first, the strategy of broad differentiation help Dofi Donut to understand the customer demand and satisfy them regarding which is customer, age, gender, and nationality. The strategy of broad differentiation may need additional support of cost leadership, which can attract customer attention by creating a flexible pricing policy. So for Dofi Donut, to save its financial resources, they have to maintain the same level of quality and provide customer with the company product at the most affordable price. So the last is functional level strategy. The meaning of this is formulated by the functional head along with their teams. So it involves setting up short-term functional objective. Functional level strategy, which is in marketing, finance, operation, HR, and R&D. So it's all are involved in development and coordination through the business with effectively and efficiently. So how should a firm integrate sub-functional activity and related to them? First is functional business strategy enable a company to deal with long-term organization plan or short-term goal and objective. For small business, these downsides are even more pronounced, and also it's often not possible in small business to have separate department, which is HR, finance, marketing, and other business function. So the end. This all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nohidayah Nurin. Today I would like to present about SWOT analysis. The country have been chosen by our group is Singapore and Indonesia. The meaning of SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Okay, we go to Singapore. The strength of Singapore is low tolerance and political violence. Singapore is a country with a peaceful political environment that can help investors avoid the influence of welfare. Second, stronger consumption ability. Gross national income (GNI) per capita in Singapore has also increased every year, except by 2020 due to effect of pandemic COVID-19. Third, easy for starting business. Spice is an application that can be used by newbie to starting their business in Singapore because they have all the functional of debt reduction, account number, and also for registration the business. Lastly, having a good business environment. Singapore is also a country that belongs to the high income people category for East Asia and Pacific region. Okay, we go to witness. Iceland size. Although Singapore is a developed country, the size of their Iceland country is the main witness. Okay, second, global orientation. Singapore has established global economic connectivity and cause easily suffering from global slowdown in economy. Third, government involvement. Due to the power administration in Singapore, occupation both country and cities, the government has a great responsibility in planning and spending their financial resources. Okay, we go to opportunity. Tourist country. Strategic location in Singapore is in the height of Southern Asia and with the efficient airport facility has attracted many tourists in the country every year. Second, emerging market and expansion abroad. Singapore is also planning to expand various buildings within the country. The projects such as infrastructure, solar panel for electricity and water technology for more systematic and effective transmission and distribution of gas. Third, land may increase. Singapore's size is wider than the size of independence in 1965. This can be seen when there is an increase in land mass of 25% and Singapore today is almost 720 kilometers square feet. Okay, lastly, trade. Substitute product. As their main economic activity export, so in the return they also do import the outside product to their country. As a consumer, they have the right to choose the item they like and can compare it the item of the.
As we know, there are four types of international strategies, which are international, global, multi-domestic, and transnational. Dofi Donut had choose international and multi-domestic strategies to expand their products in food and beverage sector. By using an international strategy means focusing on exporting products and services to foreign markets or conversely importing goods and resources from other countries for domestic use, as this will be allowing Dofi Donut to circumvent the need to invest in staff and facilities overseas. Despite its relative challenge, the international strategy may be the most common. This is because, on average, it requires the least amount of overhead. Dofi Donut also may try a combination of strategies to see which works the best for them in terms of logistics and profits. For example, they may start off using the international strategy, which is exporting their products overseas as a way to test the international market and also gauge how successfully their products sell. Subsequently, Dofi Donut may need to adjust strategy and create a multi-domestic platform through which can manufacture and sell its goods with more efficiently. In order to adopt a multi-domestic business strategy, it is a must to invest in establishing which will present in a foreign market and tailor their products or services to the local customer base, as it is will opposed to marketing foreign products to customers who may not initially recognize or understand them. They also need to modify their offerings and reposition their marketing strategies to enhance the engagement with foreign customs, cultural traits, and also their traditions. Multi-domestic business often keep their company HQ in their country of origin, but usually establish overseas HQ, which is called as subsidiaries. As this better equipped to offer foreign consumers
regions in a specific version of their products and services. All companies which implement this strategy also frequently lease any building abroad to serve as sale office, manufacturing facilities, or storage for housing service operation. However, these adjustments are often expensive and also can incur a certain level of financial risk when launching unproven products in a new market. As such, companies usually only utilize this expansion strategy in a limited number of countries.
Next is cultural environment in Singapore. First is a language. English is the working language with Chinese, Malay and Tamil being official. Singlish is basically English libraries sprinkled with local slang and accents. Next is business entertainment. Avoid doing business on Friday or during Ramadan while entertaining Malay colleagues who are Muslim. They are Muslim fasting months and never offer alcoholic beverage or meats. The majority of Indians do not consume beef. Next is punctuality. Singaporeans are usually on time for their appointment and expect others to be as well. If you are running late, please contact them. And business presence. Giving gift is a popular method of showing gratitude. Gifts are usually wrapped with two hands, given and accepted with two hands and opened after the giver has left. Next is political environments in Singapore. Is of beginning business in comparison to many other nations that are regarded commercial centers. Registering a company in Singapore is simpler and faster since the procedure takes just 1 day to complete if all the necessary criteria are met and the applications is properly filled. Anyone, even foreigner, may establish a business in Singapore. And second is a solid legal system in Singapore. Singapore political climate is one of the most stable in Asia, providing business and investor with a strong feeling of security and comfort. The court system has been regarded as one of the most efficient in Asia, implementing anti-corruption legislation so that investors may do business without worry of bureaucratic stumbling blocks. And next is strategic positions and trade agreements. Singapore network of free trade agreement FTAs has grown to encompass to 21 bilateral and regional FTAs, as well as 41 investment guarantee agreements. Negotiations for free trade agreements with other nations are being facilitated. These agreements make cross-border commerce and trade easier. Next is cultural environment in Indonesia. First is relationships before work. Indonesians are very proud of their culture and a kind of to foreigner. For a foreigner, observe and learn to know local traditions. When you stand out less, it's easier to become more dominant. Thus, encourage new market entrants to take a seasoned professional to business meeting. Next is power and hierarchy affecting Indonesian business. According to Hasfit's research, Indonesians' power distance is high. In the organizations, people are treated unequally. Try to make an impression on the others or most senior initially should use titles such as Mr., Mrs., Papa, Mama rather than full name recognitions. Next is important connection in Indonesia. Connections are often more important than information. It's heightened in interacting with government sectors in Indonesia. Thus, working with partners who interact with many people is more advantageous. Next element is avoid agreement at the beginning of a new business relationships with an Indonesian partner, while follow-ups to new contacts are rarely emphasized. Indonesians feel dedicated to maintaining existing ties. No is not a word that comes out naturally to a native. Start a connection or introduce your business without commitments or enforceable offers. Now let's relook at to political environments in Indonesia. Okay, first element is decentralization of political authority to regional and provincial leaders, although still at an experimental stage, is promoting more equal involvement in Indonesia's development, particularly beyond Java. Looking forward, investors may have trust in Indonesia's stability and its political system would improve over time. Next is food and energy security, and renewable energy provide a sustainable buffer against rising costs in oil and foodstuff, which are fueling societal unrest in other economies. Next, they will also be critical in directing the nations through its developments to a middle income and developed economy. Next, I would like to talk about company strategy to deal with global competitions. So there are several elements or steps that Dofi can take into consideration. First is to know our customer well. By understanding consumers, we can establish a long-term connection with them that extends beyond just a few transactions. Fully utilize social media platform. And next is understand the competition. We have to study the market, macro and micro environment, and also highlight our differences. Strengthening SWOT analysis is required and crucial in order to stay competitive internationally. And uh, next, uh, element is target new market. Variety of donut that suit with different demographics needs to be produced by Dofi and suit with a variety of demographics, and explore partnership opportunities. Symbiotic partnerships benefits both parties by offering some things that was previously unobtainable. Think about what our business needs to thrive and then work to provide that opportunity. Hence, Dofi, donut, and coffee could build strong relationships with local brands like Silver Queens, Indomie, and etc.
For the conclusion, international business involves dealing with foreign stakeholders, employees, consumers, and government. Therefore, business management need to consider many factors when conducting business in a global market, such as competition, supply chain management, and pricing strategy. This is most important to choose the right location for expanding markets, setting up offshore operation, and diversifying operating risk. Whether its global strategy is one of standardization or adoption largely depends on whether the company can match its marketing strategy with the external environment. Concern about cultural, geographical, economic, technological, and development distance will affect decision about where and how to sell the products, source inputs and resources, and also to establish the operations. On the other hand, trends in globalization continue to have an impact on businesses in every region of the world. As organizations see more opportunities to gain foreign customers, they must be familiar with different types of international business strategies. By evaluating their organization, respective capabilities, and the foreign markets they wish to enter, business managers can adopt strategies to help increase profits and take their organization to the next level.